Hello everyone. In this Magic Poser tutorial, I'll teach you how to input a 3D model figure, pose it, light it up so that you can bring it for illustration. This is for people who find Daz 3D a bit hard to use or they're rushing for time. So let's get started. So this only runs in web, and this is the web link. And to add characters, we go to add characters. And you can add more than one character to the scene. So let's add an anime boy. So be sure to click on the figure, click and drag it, and move them around. Right. And to undo my actions, I just have to click on undo. If I want to remove them, I just remove them. Right. So you can add characters, you can add geometry to add more things to the scene. You can replace this character with something else. I can't undo it, so let me replace it back with the default man. Replace it. Yep, okay, I'm back. Right, so this is the add function, the preview function. And for you to move around with your left mouse button for you to take a screenshot. Right. Once you're done, just click anywhere else. The undo and redo button. The toggle button, right? So this is for the ground guidelines for your perspective. The sky, which you will see in your Unity game engine. Whether you want sportswear or non-sportswear. Languages. View. So you can start off with a certain camera angle that you desire. And the most interesting one is the perspective view, where you can adjust the field of vision, which is your focal length. So the lower the focal length, things will look more dynamic, but you need to zoom in order to see more of the character. But if your focal length is high, things start to look more flat and less dynamic, and you have to zoom out to be able to see more of the character. Usually we see things between 35mm to 55mm, so let's go back to that range. Right, and when you click on the character, you can change his body color however you like. And give it a skin color, or if it's an alien or creature, you can give it another color. You can give it a hair if you want. You can lock it, lock the figure, unlock the figure. You can move the figure accordingly through the XYZ axis. You can scale it accordingly as well. You can rotate the overall figure as well, however you desire. And there are body presets for you to choose from. And then after giving it a pose, a preset pose, you need to redo the hair again. And you can adjust the hands as well. Just click on the figure again. And not sure if it works. Oh, sorry. There's left hand pose. And do they have? Right, so you can toggle around between left and right hand pose. So let's say I'm in the right hand, and you see the right hand changes. Toggle between the left, it changes. Right, and as I mentioned before, you can duplicate it or replace it, or you can even remove the whole figure just by playing with these buttons. So you see these joints here. Just by clicking on the hand navigation, you can then rotate it around with all due respect to your needs, right? And if you want the other joints to be adjusted, just click on hands again, and you'll go back to the selection here, and you can adjust it accordingly. You can use the left mouse button to move around, or you can click on the rotate button and move around this accordingly. As you can see, the triangles can't be moved, only the circular motions can be moved. Right, and for the light source, you can rotate the light source around. So brightness is how bright or how dark the light source is, right? So this is minimal light source, this is maximum light source, right? Right, what about global intensity? Global intensity is basically its ambience and how light is being bounced on off surfaces to other surfaces. So it's pretty much like reflected around surfaces bouncing off to the character. So think of it as ambient light from the sky. So since, and although I reduce the light source to 0, okay, sorry, I just realized something. So when I adjusted the brightness to 0 and the global intensity strength to 0, everything is pitch dark. And when I start to push it upwards, it starts to take into account of the ambient light from the top. So the higher the global illumination strength, the stronger the global ambient light source is. So think of it this way. Lower the global intensity, weaker the ambient light source. Higher the global intensity, stronger the global lighting light source. And with it being high, more light intensity will be reflected back to the figure. And then this is the light source itself. And you can adjust the direction of the light source. Right, once done, click on the camera, preview. At least there's a shadow here. Right. So this is a quick tutorial on how you can quickly pose your figure, light it up, bring it over to your illustration to better help you. Hope this helps.